Hello, friends from the manga world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the June 2026 new manga releases. Hector and I, we work for a Penguin Random House. The titles that you see today are those that we can sell internationally, and these are from publishers that we represent. Aside from this YouTube channel, we're also on Facebook, on Instagram, and on X at PRH International Comics, where we'll post some news and updates on those channels. And if you're new to our videos, the way that we do these is we start with our personal picks. We'll move into volume ones and one shots, and then we'll leave you with the rest of the list to look at the continuing volumes that's coming out for this month. So we'll go ahead and get started with our picks. And first up is Hector.
My first pick, Attack on Titan, the definitive hardcover collection. One includes volumes 1 to 3. Of course, this is the now classic Attack on Titan, but in a new, very special hardcover edition with faux leather, gold foil stamping, library style binding. It also includes color pages that aren't even included in the Japanese edition, and it promises to have even more extra content. Of course, I don't have to tell you the story about Attack on Titan, but just a reminder, it's full of action, friendship, betrayals, uh, you know, giants, obviously, eating people. So it is, like I said, it's already considered a new classic. And for any fan of Attack on Titan, I think this is a must. And for collectors of hardbound, full leather uh, mangas, this is also a must. I mean, I can see this looking really nice next to, in between Berserk and Vinland Saga, right? So that's it. There's not much to say about this. Yeah, just start gathering orders right now.
Next up is The Delinquent and the Transfer Student, Volume 1. We have a character named Kanzaki Riri, who is this new girl in class, but she has a really interesting pastime. She basically wants the school's toughest delinquent, Atsuko, to ridiculously say cute things. That's I guess her her hobby.
Yeah.
So Atsuko plays along with this, thinking that Riri is just like really harmless and really a weirdo. So whatever. Until these silly little word lists start making her cheeks turn red. So which with each sweet phrase, the gap between them closes, and it's not just Atsuko who gets flustered. It's this essentially a story about these two engaging in this really weird, quirky game that they do between each other. They're complete opposites, but it's a question of will something become real between them? So, it's obviously Yuri Girls Love Romance, and I am excited for this. This looks really adorable and cute. So obviously, this is on my list.
All right. And my next pick is the Confession Strategy light novel. I another romance, and I think the topic of this video is going to be a lot about romance, except for Attack on Titan, I guess. Although Mikasa and Eren, there's kind of a love story there. Anyway, so this one is it's kind of a love story. It's kind of a I don't know how to call it. It's bittersweet love story. This is Chizuru is about to turn 30 and to get married, but before she gets married, she has one last mission: make Hibiki, her best friend from college, confess his true feelings for her, so she can finally turn him down and help him move on. Um, Her wish is very simple, but the plan, of course, is not that simple. There's going to be complications. There's going to be, like I said, some bittersweetness, obviously, to this story. And that it's one of those stories that are um, well, that are like, I want to eat your pancreas, because I should have mentioned this is uh, the same creator of I Want to Eat Your Pancreas and At Night I Became a Monster and a bunch of other sort of a lot of other mangas, a lot of them with very bittersweet romances in the middle of it, but obviously a lot of drama. So this author, the kind of mood that this author creates in their novels. So this is just basically another one in that trend. I love their work, so I know I'm gonna love this, and I love the premise of this. It's very real. It's very uh, down to earth, and something that happens all the time, all around us. Best friend falling in love, and her getting married and trying to get their best friends to fall out of love without hurting them. So there we go. That's it for that one. Confession strategy, and it's a one shot. I should have said that.
Next up is doesn't need too much introduction.
Yeah.
This is Mars, the 30th anniversary edition. Upon its initial release in English in 2002, it became one of the best-selling shoujo manga of all time. You can think of it, it's like on par with Nana. So obviously a very beloved classic. It has been out of print for decades, so fans were waiting for this moment, and the moment has come almost. This is going on so in June. So Kodansha is bringing back Mars for the 30th anniversary. This will include an all-new translation and highly collectible. These are going to be in hardcover. These are 2-in-1s. And then it's going to feature this glittering metallic cover with the new illustrations from the creator here. So, yes, a lot to look forward to with this new edition. It will be complete in 8 volumes. So it will look really, really nice on the shelves. If you know nothing about Mars, we have a character named Kira whose life has been marked by pain. Gang violence took her father when she was young. Her mother's remarriage basically inflicted even more scars throughout the years. She basically has no trust left to offer the world. And so one day she meets this remarkably handsome boy who asks for directions from her one day, and she draws a map she draws a map, hands it to him without even like saying anything, just does it, gives it to him. And he notices that on the other side of the map is one of her drawings, which catches his eye. And this person is a motorcyclist named Ray. And so he found it very peculiar because like she just kind of uses it like a scrap of paper, right? But it's like beautiful art on the other side. So he finds that very intriguing and interesting. And so when the two end up in the same class together, basically this outrageous incident that happens to them binds them together in like ways that you're like, they just met, but like it kind of makes sense, like like this significant event you can reading it, you understand like the bond that they form. It makes a lot of sense. Ray promises to be a model for Kira in exchange for more of her art, and Ray is not like without any like history, let's just say. He has also suffered from family tragedy that has worn down his temper to be very short, and he has a short fuse. So it's a question of, can these two damaged souls with nowhere else to turn, could they heal each other, or will they burn themselves out? Is this like a disaster waiting to happen with these two? So really, obviously, glorious Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really interesting. If you haven't picked it up, obviously, this is so classic. It is so beloved and cannot wait for this release.
Right. And then we continue with yet another couple. Here we go with our Aimless Nights, Volume 1. This is by Komori. This is a beloved, popular digital manga now in print for the first time in English, for the first time in English in print. And it's about two two high schoolers, a peppy high school girl named Chika and a quiet boy named Waya, who seem to not have anything in common, but they share a secret. And it's like every week they meet outside a convenience store where Waya works, and slowly the two start learning more and more about each other. And before either one knows it, something begins to bloom between them in the moonlight. This is the again another slow sort of romance. It has to do a lot about the characters and getting to know each other. It is perfect for fans of Skip and Loafer, and other romance that are like that, very very slow burn. Don't expect a lot of heat between the characters or anything like that. I also love that it's, you know, sort of a meeting outside of school in the night, but very innocent in an outside of school setting, which there's a few of those out there that have become very very popular. And the creator is a it mentions that it's a sort of a new creator, sort of very young, and they they kind of hit it out the park with this one in digital. So can't wait to read it in physical form. And again, it goes against with the topic of couples and that we're doing with this video. Very cool. Love the illustrations. The cover, as you can see, I saw some other illustrations for the digital coming up online, and they look like this. Very beautiful, very, very clean. And I love all the details. This is an artist that you can tell that works really hard on the details. Even in the background, you see all the details from the convenience store. So there you go. It's another one. Good one.
Next up, this is Fish and Water. This is done by Genguro Tagame, who, if you see my screen, he previously wrote My Brother's Husband, which was a winner of the Eisner Award. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there it is. My camera's here.
Mm-hmm.
Which obviously had accolades when this came out. So essentially what this is, it follows an unlikely love story between two, and I quote unquote straight friends. And these two people met at a mutual friend's wedding. And then we have one character named Akira, who's a business sales administrator, and another character named Koji, who's a freelance writer. They quickly become close buddies after this wedding event. Since no one at his office, like, essentially, before I get into that, Akira goes on a visit with a farm client and is offered this case of freshly pickled cabbage. And since no one at his office really wants it, and he is essentially no cook himself, he decides to see if Koji, who loves to cook, might be interested in having some. And so this like basically initiates this relationship between these two. Koji accepts this invitation for Akira to join him in this pickled cabbage. Lonely in the midst of pandemic-related shutdowns, Akira like accepts and welcomes this, bringing him into his like home and everything. And so they essentially become really relaxed with each other, becoming strangers and now getting closer together.